Hello guys, and we are here today with another very awesome deck profile. We are here with Traptrix, Naturia, Beasts, Artifacts, Performage, and even an X-Saber is in here. So this is a very interesting deck because this is proactive Traptrix. That's pretty much what I'm going to be calling it, is proactive Traptrix. I do not like this. If you guys have seen my other Traptrix decks, I play reactive Traptrix, which is set 5 pass. And because of that, I just don't feel like I really like this deck because it leaves you with a really good monster. Because don't get me wrong, I played this deck, I've beaten Pepe with the deck. It can do it because sometimes making Naturia Beast can just screw over Pepe. They just can't play. They unless they open up with Plus Fire, you're gonna be able to punch through most of their monsters. They're not gonna be able to have another monster to XZ someone with. But if they do get off something, it just feels me afraid, because if I make Naturia Beast, I feel so afraid that they're gonna have either Dark Hole or a Gaki. I know those wouldn't do anything. What am I talking about? Because you just use Naturia Beast to negate. No, I'm just afraid they'll have something that I won't be able to get over or be able to protect myself with. So that's why I'm like reactive set 5 pass. Like, these are way too many spells for me. Way too many spells for me. Way too many monsters. But if you like this build, it is definitely a thing, a very big thing. I might do, if you guys really want me to, I might do a more reactive trap based set 5 pass build, as you guys have seen before in the past. I'll update that if you really want me to. So let me just go in. We're running 2 Gem Knights. When it comes to Gem Knights and the Brilliant Fusion, you do want to see this card. So we are running 3. Do note we're only running 1 Gem Knight Cephalene Knight. When it comes to the fusions, you're either going to be running 2 Norden or 2 Cephalene Knights. That's just how it's going to work. You got to make that choice. I have 2 Nordens because I feel he'll be just a little bit better. And yeah, so you really want to see this Brilliant Fusion because it lets you go through your deck and just summon out monsters. So having that extra normal summon is really, really good, because then it sets up for making Naturia Beast with Polymayo, because you can search him off of King of the Pharaoh Imps. So that is something to note. For Artifact Engine, we're running 2 Scythe, 1 Molotok, and 1 Bagel Attack, 3 Sanctums, and 2 Ignitions. If you don't like Twin Twister, you can of course take this card out for another Artifact Ignition. Allows you to do a little bit of deck thinning and really hurts your opponent, especially if they have an extra deck full of Pendulums they don't really have in hand, and their hand is their extra deck. This guy will really help out, and Molotok is always great to just pop whatever you want. And then for our Traptrix Engine, 2 Dionea and 3 Traptrix Mamilio with only 3 Trap Hole cards. Do note that, so you might not be able to get off of Mamilio, which is bottomless, and 2 Time Space. Be careful of Time Space, as you don't want to be paying 5,000 life. It will hurt your opponent a lot. It'll get rid of their extra deck, but it's better to wait until they go for an XZ summon, especially seeing how excited I might land. So Mamilio is very, very useful, just being able to search out and being able to pop stuff if special summoned, and Dioneus is great for rank 4 plays, and the Earth, so that allows you to go for Naturia Beast. And then we're running 2 Damage Juggler, 2 Hat Trigger, and then 1 Trick Clown as our Performance Engine. Just get out more monsters and be able to search and make more XZ plays. Really helps out with this deck. I feel it's too aggressive, but the deck works out amazingly. For level 1 Tuner's 1, Polymayo, and Glow Up Bulb. And you pretty much either use Glow Up Bulb by sending them to the graveyard with a Foolish if you don't send Damage Juggler, or you just be able to normal summon this off of Cephalene Knight's effect and have like a Mamilio out as well. And that would be, or a Hat Trigger out. And so that would be how you would make Naturia Beast. And then of course Instant Fusion is at 2, because you want to see those Nordens, you want to be able to make those plays. And we'll also make Soul Charge and Call the Hunter to bring back our Norden, so that way we can make even more bigger plays. Just get back our Naturia Beast if it does leave the field. And then 1 for 1 is there, so we can search out Glow Bulb as well, making it even more likely us to make Naturia Beast. And then of course Foolish, as I was mentioned. Again, Twin Twister, it's just great, because I mean, you have plenty of cards to discard, such as Mamilio if you really have to, the Gem Knights if you really have to, or Damage Juggler or Trick Clown, and it just gets rid of a scale. It does more than Ignition. Ignition deck thins, but it only gets rid of 1 card. Of course, Brilliant Fusion, as I said, 2 of them will be dead unless you decide to run 2 Cephalene Knights. You just really want to see that. I don't like doing stuff like this because it hurts late game, but early game it helps out a lot. Time Space Trap Hole. Like I said, just be careful. Use it on try to use it on an XZ summon or the Synchro summon. Don't use it on the Pendulum Summon. And then of course 3 Sanctums, like I said, and Call the Haunted. And then 3 Notices and a Warning, because you want to be able to negate those summons, those mass Pendulum Summons. And that is it for the main deck. Again, I'd rather play a set 5 Pass Traptrix deck. I really enjoyed playing that deck. It still has potential, even with Twin Twister being legal. Although I do have to say, with Twin Twister being legal, this deck definitely has the advantage with the Artifact Engine. Makes them really afraid of using Twin Twister, or maybe deciding to set Twin Twister so that way they can use it during their during your turn, in which case you would have an opportunity to get rid of it, or destroy it, or stop it, or whatever. And then of course for the extra deck, we have 1 Sephine Knight. If you don't know what she does, she gives you an extra normal summon. 2 Nodens to summon auto monsters. I don't see a lot of people playing Trishula in this build, but I like it because, well, you're running a whole bunch of level 4s and then level 1 tuners. Just gets rid of a lot of cards in one hit, so I see no reason why not. And then Barkion and Naturia Beast, just be able to negate spells and traps, although Naturia Barkion cannot negate Notice, which is the main trap card that people are going to be playing. And then of course we have some rank fights such as Pallades, such as Durandal, and then Dark Rebellion, and then King of the Fail Imps 101. Giant Hand, which will be reprinted in Premium Gold 3, hopefully Luster, Pendulum, and Dagger. So Emerald will also see a reprint in that set. Castel, and then Abyss Dweller as well. And that is it for this deck. Again, it's just not my type. It's just not my playstyle, but it works. It does very well. Especially against a Pepe matchup, you go first because they want to go second. Well, if you're facing Pendulum Magicians, they definitely want to go second. If you're facing Pepe with Monkey Keyboard, they might decide to go first. I'm not really certain how they will. Depends on their build. And so Pepe, yeah, if you can go first, that will be really nice, and just be able to set up. You don't always make a first turn Naturia, but you have a decent chance. It just depends with consistency. I really want to be able to throw in an upstart, but like, if you wanted to throw in an upstart, I'd say get rid of Soul Church and Call the Haunted, which is kind of very useful cards, especially for the Artifact Engine, or just for making big plays. That's really nice. And then maybe get rid of either a Notice or a Sanctum. Nah, I'd say get rid of a monster. Garnet maybe? No, because then if you draw into him, I'd say if you want to run 3 upstarts, maybe get rid of Dionea, because she can clog. So yeah, if you wanted to play 3 upstarts in the deck, Soul Charge, Call the Haunted, Dionea. That's what I'd get rid of, and then you'd have a little bit more consistency. Or if you wanted to, instead of upstarts, you could play Chicken Game, as this deck will do very well with Chicken Game, way better than your opponent would by being able to use Chicken Game. And of course, it would always be a minus 1,000 for your opponent. So hope you guys enjoyed this deck profile. Tell me guys what you think of Traptrix and Anti-Meta. Do you guys think this deck has potential? Do you think this deck will fail? I honestly don't think this deck is going to be big, because it'll keep people from topping, and if they're playing Pepe, they might just quit. Like, people quit when I faced my Traptrix deck, my reactive Traptrix deck at Regionals last year. People would just drop from the tournament after facing it, and that was really nice. And so it will keep certain players from topping, but it won't top itself. This deck has extreme trouble against just rogue decks. If you end up facing a Gravekeepers at Regionals, you're going to be in a little bit of trouble. Or Burning Abyss or Tellarknights, you're going to be in trouble. So again, just tell me guys what you think of this deck and everything. And yeah, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. See you guys later. Bye.